Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Entrepreneur Middle East. It's a lovely Friday morning, and we're here with a very special guest. It's Raji Daou. He is the founder of DMDC. Absolute pleasure being here, and thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for having me.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Your Friday started well?
It did.
Yeah,
it did.
Mine did as well. We're always happy on these days. Now, tell me a little bit about your company. Obviously, to kick off the interview, I've heard you started in 2021. So if you can take me on that journey from the very beginning.
So
how it all began.
DMDC started in 2021. We started as a project management company and quickly learned that I'm OCD by nature. And for me to deliver on the quality and the expectations that promised the clients, subcontracting is not going to work. So quickly pivoted to doing a team in-house. And in 2021, we immediately did that pivot, hired our first set of staff, and now we're over 800 people.
Amazing. And I did hear that you use absolutely no marketing at all.
Yes.
To grow this company. So if you can give me a little bit more details on how did you do that?
So quickly, I learned that people buy into people. Mm-hmm. And if you're just genuine, transparent, honest, your clients become your brand ambassadors. And this is what we have been doing. So if I come and I deliver a good product by you and you enjoy that experience, that journey, you become my brand ambassador and you end up doing my marketing for me.
Right.
Because you go and promote it to your friends and coworkers and colleagues.
And I feel like in construction in general, word of mouth is very important, right?
It's critical because anybody could put a great post or advertising budget, but a recommendation, solid recommendation goes a long way.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. And would you say that, being so genuine and focusing on quality is something, it's a value that you kind of grew up with from your childhood?
At a young age, I learned from my father, if you're going to do something, do it right or don't do it at all. And I remember him giving me like life nuggets where you could do 100 things right. You do one thing wrong, people remember that wrong thing and forget the 100 things that are wrong, that are 100%. Done right. So took that to heart. And whenever we take a project, we don't treat the client as a client. I think of them as a partner. And I truly focus on that experience. And I try to develop that relationship with the team, with our team, so they could also continue doing that practice with their clients as well.
At the same time, when construction is such a competitive industry, was it difficult for you to kind of get into it here in Dubai? Or does it run through your veins?
Beginning the first project was a referral.
Okay.
And then after that, it just started spiralling.
Right.
But I come from a third line of
you did tell
contractors.
Me.
So my father was a contractor.
That for sure helped, right?
It did, of course it did.
Right. And now that you have a lot of projects, let's say down the line, what is that one specific way that you maintain, let's say, that quality? And as you've said, those friendships that grow out of your work.
I think to maintain the quality in the business, right?
Yeah.
I think as a company grows, there are two challenges. You're in hyper growth, is maintaining that quality. But this is where you have to start trusting your teams and trusting that they are able to do that job. So empowering and letting them feel that they are accountable. So we have divided the company in various verticals. Each area within the city is its own team. It could operate as this independent company, where we get support from the back office, but from the engineering side, from the construction side, from the decision-making side, it's all an independent vertical. Okay. And by doing so, it runs as its own silo.
All right. And just run me through the process. So basically, somebody wants to reconstruct the interiors of their house, right? What is that first thing that you do? You sit down with them. How do you feel their style? How do you feel what they want out of that living room or their bedroom or their bathroom?
So you have two types of clients. You have your investor and you have the end user. The investor is looking for a quick ROI. He wants to go in, how much do I need to spend? How soon do I need to get out? And flip it and put it back on the market. So those are the easiest. The end user, there's emotions. Your mom, your dad, how your kid's room is going to be. So you have to sit and feel that with them. So we do a few meetings with them, with our interior design team. We go to their house, we understand how they're using the house, and then we try to problem solve and find that ideal solution for them.
Did you ever have to do some apartment or house that was totally against your vision of interior design?
Yes.
Yeah. Was it difficult?
Uh, it's a choice. End of the day, it's not about difficult. If the clients enjoy it, I mean, we build it. The bigger the challenge, I think, comes from my interior designers, where they have to come
Okay.
and manage the client's expectations with their vision and try to find that middle ground.
Right. And
In
then
terms
you're there
of-
managing them as well and making sure that everything is
I'm trying to pull the piece.
yeah, on track, on track. But tell me, future plans, future visions. Do you want to continue doing what you're doing? Is there somewhere where you would like to expand?
I love doing what I'm doing. I'm extremely passionate about it. I actually, when I travel,
We'd love to hear that. That's amazing.
and even my wife tells me when we travel, after 3-4 days, I start getting fidgety. I want to go
Really?
back to the office. So
You're that workaholic?
I don't see it as work.
I think that's the point.
I don't see it as work. It's fun. It's invigorating. So future plans right now to stick to our ethos, stick to our brand. There are 2 activities that we subcontract currently, and that is glasswork and joinery. But as of mid-November, we'll have our own joinery factory up and running.
Okay, amazing.
Took a huge facility in DIC, and that's the next exciting chapter for DMDC.
Oh, amazing. You're that perfect example of that sentence we keep seeing trending online, the love your job, job your love. You just have to keep being passionate and
Look,
and loving what you do, because at the end of the day, if you don't put that emotion in your work, then what's the point, right?
and if you're going with something, if you're doing every day something that you have so much resistance to, you will not enjoy it. And you will end up either leaving it or creating a reality where it doesn't exist anymore. Because there's so much resistance to just waking up, doing something that you're not fully aligned with.
Right.
And becomes heavy on you.
Right. What would you say is your definition of success? What makes you successful?
My definition of success is doing something that you love, that you're truly passionate and that you enjoy.
Does money get involved in the equation?
Money does not define success. Many people attribute money to success, but it doesn't define success. You could have a great family, having a beautiful marriage, taking care of your extended family, your parents, and not have money. And can I say you're not successful? That you're not a good person? So there's a wrong perception about money and success. They're completely independent.
You're going to be surprised how many interviews I've done, and I've asked this question, and a lot of men, particularly, your age, they connect money and success.
Because they link their self-worth to how much money they have in the bank.
100%.
But I completely disagree with that. We all are born with self-worth. You connecting self-worth to the amount of money you have bank, you're always going to find somebody richer than you. And at the end of the day,
especially in Dubai, everybody's
Anyone
richer, more ambitious, more successful. Yeah.
So you're trying to chase something that's unattainable.
Right.
Just be content, be grateful, count your blessings.
It's that balance, I think, between the inner happiness and the materialistic happiness. Sure, the materialistic happiness can get us comfort. I'm not going to lie.
But that materialistic happiness, you're outsourcing happiness to a materialistic thing. Oh, I'm not happy now. If I buy this new watch, I'll be happy. You get the watch, you're not happy. If I buy this car, I'll be happy. You enjoy the car for a few weeks, then you're still not happy. So there's an inner void. More. So once you satisfy that inner void, the outside.
Yeah. And I'm happy you mentioned family and partnerships and stuff. I suppose you're a father.
Father of 2 boys.
How does it feel to have, work as such a big part of your life, but at the same time you come back home and you have a beautiful family waiting for you?
No, I love it. I love it. I still, Adam is 12, Aiden is 10. I still love it.
Just about to enter teenagehood.
Yeah, but they've become friends.
Really?
They're friends.
They have each other.
They have each other, and I'm friends with them. I still try to game with them. I try to compete with them, go on a walk on the golf course with them. So
amazing. Beautiful to hear that you have an amazing family back home that you come to after work, because it's extremely important, and
that's all that matters.
All that matters. And a lot of times especially when I interview men, that workaholia that's inside of them is incredible, right? And mental health is a big thing. And I feel like a lot of men that do have that family at home, their mental health doesn't get as affected as the ones that are, let's say, single or not in a partnership and all they have is work,
So I
right?
think going back to your first question, saying what is success, I think it's finding that balance.
For sure.
Is finding that balance. And it takes work. I mean, mental health, it takes work. Just pausing, reflecting, really digging deep what matters in your life.
And making sure it doesn't get stuck inside, because
100%.
you have to release it. You have to talk about it. And what better way than with your wife while you sip on your wine in front of a movie? Now, tell me one thing. If there was one takeaway from this interview, one piece of advice that you would like to give to all those other entrepreneurs, business owners, young men that would like to take your path one day, what would it be?
Just remember that people buy into people, and let your clients focus on that experience. That what does that experience mean? It is being transparent with them, communicating clearly, managing their expectations, and at the end, delivering that end result.
Right.
It's a full equation, that experience. You can't just give them a great product and everything before that is not aligned. So focus on that journey, focus on the experience. And remember your clients, no matter how successful you are, you're successful because of your clients. Successful in that business because of your clients.
Right.
Without them, don't let it get to your head. You don't have a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
is there something that if you could take a time machine and go back, you would want to tell your younger self?
You'll figure it out.
Everything works out.
It does. It does. I remember a lot. Our mind has a habit, like when things don't go your way, you start overthinking and you start planning worst case and worst case and worst case scenarios.
And victimization hits in. And
and none of these scenarios actually come to light. So just pause, breathe, and you'll figure it out.
90% of our problems come from thinking too much into the future or about the past that we cannot
100%.
change. People should just be more in the present, I think.
100%. You get stuck in that past, you get stuck in your head, and then you start thinking scenarios in the future that aren't even
manifest the wrong energy at the end of the day then. So
true.
It's not right. Listen, I have this little thing where I have a game show, which is trivia cards at the end of all my interviews. So I'm going to let you pick a couple, read out the question once you take a card.
Let's go for it.
Don't start crying. I'm joking.
What's your personal founder mantra? This goes back to the first thing I told you. Focus on the experience. And this is what I tell all the clients. Focus on the client. This is what I tell all my team. Focus on the client experience. And I will double down and repeat it to your guests. Be transparent. Be honest. Integrity goes a long way in our business. Dubai is such a small city. Communicate clearly. Manage their expectations. And then the qualities at the end.
Right.
But you have to manage that whole journey. And if you do, you'll have a great business. We're going back to basics that we teach our kids. Be honest. Don't lie.
Yeah.
Right? They're basics. Do that with your clients.
It's the formula we're brought up with.
If you are thinking of to stay in this business for the long term, whatever it is, be honest. But some people, depending on what their vision is, they want that quick win. Others are trying to build something more sustainable.
Right, and I think when you said focus on that client experience, it's from that first phone call that is made. But I don't necessarily think it has an end, because keeping in touch with all those people potentially for future projects is also important, right? So it's also the relationships that you have with them once the project is finished, if I'm not mistaken.
True. With some clients, depends on how you end up, how that energy is with that client. But most of our clients, I've become personal friends with them. My wife has too. And to a point where we sometimes actually go on family vacations. So
that's so beautiful.
Treat them as people. You don't need to treat them as a number.
Yeah.
End of the day, they're bringing you into their home to make their house something very personal to them. Respect that. Just don't treat it as...
You spend as much time in their house as they do at that point.
Exactly.
Right. Up next, we can do two more.
What's been your biggest personal growth moment on this journey?
Journey of life, journey of work,
I think
anything.
this has been, you might find it hard to, but it's actually been focusing on my mental health and being okay to dig into my mind and understand, where do certain behaviors come from, where do certain habits come from, what virtues am I practicing, how can I resonate the certain virtues and values that are within me with my extended team, with my family. So, and that has been impactful. That has been very impactful because whenever you're growing up as a kid, you start learning certain beliefs from your parents, mainly from your parents as a kid. They're everything to you. And there are certain learnings, positive learnings that you take on, but there's also some negative beliefs that you hold on to.
100%.
And
subconsciously. And we're not even aware of it.
100%. So learning how to release these subconscious beliefs while holding on to these positive learnings, that has been instrumental.
I can imagine. And there's a lot of cool techniques. I mean, I also heard of like NLP therapy and things like that, where you actually get to clean your subconscious and get to understand that there has been a little moment of fear maybe, or of guilt, or of anger that you felt when you were 7 years old.
100%.
And it got stuck.
And you hold on to that emotion.
And you hold on to that emotion, and then you don't understand why you get aggressive in meetings, or why for some reason when something falls you feel your diaphragm like squishing.
Very true.
And then you understand that, oh wait, that little moment that I didn't let go of when I was 7 years old, when my brain was developing, it affects me now.
Aware, Mina.
Fully. I'm into Joe Dispenza quite a lot. And
really?
Yeah.
I enjoy watching Joe Dispenza.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. My one of the best books I think I've read, which is the reason why I'm here, is Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself.
Okay.
And a lot of the times he was talking about that victimization state that we like to place ourselves into because our brain likes it. It's the comfort zone.
100%. It is the comfort zone.
And I don't know if you felt it, especially when you kicked off your business. Whenever you leave that energy and you leave your comfort zone, your body is still reacting in a way like, no, don't do this. This is not right. And you still have to pass through that stage. And only then, when it becomes used to it,
you accept it.
Is when you're on the next frequency.
And you take the next frequency and so on. So,
yeah.
So true.
I think we should do a separate podcast on mental health, guys.
No, I'm in. I watched Joe Dispenza.
Really?
There's Gaia. Have you heard of Gaia?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
amazing. It's great to hear, because a lot of men don't get into these things. It's usually the crazy women that are in this manifesting spirituality zones. But
look, we're always manifesting, whether consciously or subconsciously. We're always manifesting.
Our thoughts are frequencies, for
100%.
sure.
100%.
One last question for you before I let you go.
How do you handle the fear of failure? That's a good one. The fear of failure is actually what drives us. Fear is encoded in our DNA. You can't get rid of fear. I mean, it has been encoded when we were being chased by lions, right?
As cavemen.
Yeah, as cavemen, fear would kick in, adrenaline would rush, and you'd run. Yeah. So you can't get rid of fear. Fear of failure, it's what drives us to keep on pushing, but you need to balance that fear of failure. Is it a realistic fear, or is it coming from that 7-year-old who had a childhood trauma and he is overthinking, his brain's overstimulated? Meditation. Meditation, digging, self-awareness. These are all great tools, and they're really undervalued.
Right. You know, funny thing, the most common answer to that question, I get overconfident.
No, that's called ego. Having an unbalanced ego is also just as bad.
Exactly. So you had a very beautiful answer to that question. Raj, it was such a pleasure speaking to you.
Mine too.
And I feel like we should do many more of these interviews.
We should. I really enjoyed it.
We should organize.
That was fun.
Thank you so much for welcoming me here, and I wish you the best of luck, really.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.